What's going on Facebook? I just had a quick insight for you. When it comes to sharing your faith, a lot of people say, man, I would do it more if I just wasn't so afraid. I'm just too afraid of what people think of me. I'm afraid I'm going to say the wrong thing. Can you pray for me that I would not be afraid anymore? Well, I could pray that for you, but Ray Comfort, he's an evangelist that I love to listen to. He's on YouTube his channel is called Living Waters, and he shares the gospel and he interviews people. And he actually talks about what he says to people when they say that they're afraid. He says, don't pray for less fear. He says, pray for more love. The problem isn't really a fear issue, it's a love issue. Because the Bible says in 1 John chapter 4, it says, perfect love casts out all fear. So when you have the perfect love of God flowing through you, it actually casts out. That's a word in Greek, ekbalo, means to throw away, to cast out. It casts out all fear. When you love someone, you're not afraid in that moment. He takes away the fear because even though the fear is there, I'm not saying that the fear just totally goes away, because even Joshua, was afraid, and God had to tell him to not be afraid. And do not fear is actually used 365 times in the Bible, and even Paul said that he came in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And Paul was like one of the greatest examples of a man of faith ever, and he said he came in weakness and fear and in much trembling. So the fear might still be there, but the love overrides the fear. So pray for more love, because the love is going to drive out and override that fear, because God's not giving you a spirit of fear, but of power and love. Love conquers fear. So when you truly love someone, you truly look at them and you truly love them, you're going to share Jesus with them. You're going to share the love of Christ with them, because you realize that they need the Lord more than more than anything else. So, man, you might think it's awkward, it's strange, it's weird, or you're insecure, but man, the love of Christ will override that. And you might be saying, well, really, Jesse, I don't really feel like I have the love of Christ for other people. Well, I've been there. I've been in situations where I didn't really feel like I had genuine love for the person I was talking to. And when that happens, we got to just go to God in prayer. Say, Lord, give me your heart. We got to spend time in the Word and say, Lord, help me develop a heart after you. And the more you spend time alone with Him, the more your heart's going to develop a developing heart of love. And then you're going to radically love others around you. And you're going to be sharing the gospel without trying to force yourself all the time. Say, oh, I got to do this. I'm a Christian. This is part of His command. No, you're just going to love people in front of you. You're just going to want them to know, because you're going to overflow. So don't pray for less fear. Pray for more love. Pray that the love of Christ would compel you and drive you forward to be the light and the salt that God's called you to be today. Try this out. Pray for more love. And guess what? God will always answer that prayer. That's like one of His favorite prayers to answer.